Hey you guys, guess who it is? It's NikoTheLegend, also known as One Man Teenager in the Snowflake. And I got some, well, I guess you can say some worrisome subjects we have to talk about. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those videos, yep. I don't know what to tell you. I just gotta let it out. I just gotta get it out of my system. We gotta talk about this because this is a big deal. And look, I'm not trying to complain here. I'm not trying to bash on anything. I'm just trying to get a discussion going because you guys do a great job on providing the awesome feedback on the latest videos so far in the Mass Effect, genre that we work on together, And I appreciate that continuing support. Now this one might bother a lot of you, for those of you who appreciate Andromeda quite a bit. For those of you that are like me and thought that Andromeda was the worst Mass Effect game on the planet, well, this might make you worry quite a bit. But at the same time, we're going to try to rationalize this, okay? And what am I even talking about? Let's just get right to it. As the title suggests, we're talking about the latest Mass Effect art pieces that have been revealed. Now, it's just artwork. I completely understand that. It's concept designs. I mean, it's official artwork, of course. This isn't like a big surprise or anything. You're going to see this in the official Mass Effect art book coming out early next year anyway. So why not get some of that, just relieve some of that pressure, or maybe we're going to add some more. All right. And how we're going to do this today is we're going to talk about the pictures themselves, and then we're going to read what's on the article, of course, and then I'm going to offer you my opinion, because we all love NikoTheLegend's opinion, right? We got to have this discussion, guys. We got to, okay? Like I said, this is going to be a big deal coming in with the upcoming Mass Effect stuff. News from BioWare themselves when it comes to the Mass Effect Remastered trilogy. We're even starting to hear about Mass Effect 4 a lot more now. It's like Mass Effect is super relevant right now. Now, like I said before, I'm not bashing on the game entirely. It just eliminates that factor, right? I'm not bashing on it. I'm going to try to rationalize this. I'm going to play devil's advocate here and why this could be a great thing. And, I'm just going to add the usual Nico bit. So let's get right to it and enjoy. Okay, picture number one. The first image shows a mass relay, or what looks like to be a mass relay in construction. The MR7 printed on the side also corroborates that. In Andromeda, you only got to visit the Helios cluster, so a new Mass Effect relay could mean new Andromeda clusters to explore. Some fans speculate the mass relay could also offer a way back to the Milky Way. This would be pretty cool. This would actually work just fine with Mass Effect 4 if you somehow connected Shepard's story with the Andromeda story. I'm just saying, just an option. Like, don't throw any knives at me just yet. The initiative's mission statement is to bridge Andromeda and the Milky Way, create a substantial, inclusive civilization, and push scientific development forward by centuries. Okay? As someone who isn't all too fond of Andromeda, like a lot of us are, I think a return of sorts to the Milky Way would be nice, but BioWare sounds confident that we haven't seen the end of Andromeda Galaxy yet. Of course. Andromeda's ending left things pretty open. Oh, it sure left it open, alright. Also, there's the minor fact that the journey to Andromeda took 600 years, and only a few of the Normandy's crew would even remain. Okay. The second image has the vibe of, here we go, remnant architecture found in the vaults. But the clouds and lighting in the image, fuzzy as it is, makes it seem like whatever you see could be bearing down onto a planet. Or a large body of water. Remnant terraforming technology is disabled at the end of Andromeda, but maybe they got around a lot. I want to believe this is something entirely different because I don't think the next Mass Effect game would go for the same story beats again as its much maligned predecessor. Aha! The final new image features the mud skipper on the left-hand side and something that looks like a crash site. The silhouettes are difficult to make out and can be meant as placeholders, only like in the first teaser anyway, but they seem to be wearing armor or spacesuits, or maybe likely both, seeing as this is how gear is in Mass Effect tends to work anyway. Judging by the sun or orb in the sky, this is outside, but I'm curious about the trees surrounded by what looks like a lot of cables. That's something more interesting than Andromeda's previous plants made of rocks and sand, and more rocks right there, cable trees. Okay. There's a little bit more information that's just in regards to that, but these are the three pictures that we're going to be looking at here, okay? Let's start with the first one. the relay. Okay, we all know the relays are a big part of the Mass Effect universe, and it's the intergalactic space travel system. And I get it, the relays have been destroyed, yada yada, at the end of 3, but eventually they get rebuilt. I think they get rebuilt in all different endings, right? I always did the destroy ending, and they were rebuilt eventually. So let me know, guys, down below. It's been a while. Now, this relay, in regards to what I just said, if this is like this huge relay that kind of is the bridge between two galaxies, I think that'd be pretty awesome. Like I said, I'm trying to play devil's advocate here for, Andromeda and the Mass Effect games, whatever, Mass Effect Trilogy and Andromeda, and try to make this work and how this can make sense. Because I completely understand that the writing for Andromeda was pretty bad or subpar or average at best. And yeah, there was definitely a ton of room for improvement, but there was also some interesting ideas about it. BioWare can get creative enough to where they can kind of collide the two with this relay being built. I could see this being a possibility. I think it'd be pretty cool to have Mass Effect 4 be that stepping stone that leads into these two galaxies coming together and being able to go back and forth. I think that'd be pretty cool. But with that said, if that's a thing, if we're going with that, this relay would have been built in the Andromeda period, which is 600 years later. So there's a good chance that if that's the truth, then maybe Shepard won't be alive around at that time because it's been so far in the future. But who knows? Maybe he went into cryo, and same with everybody else. They just, so on and so forth. Even if it is Shepard or someone related to Shepard, anything that reminds us of the Mass Effect trilogy with its characters, I think it'd be pretty cool. That's just the bottom line right there. It's a good way to keep it relevant and to make sure Andromeda isn't just like its own standalone game. Despite it being in the entirety of the game in its own galaxy, I would find enjoyment in this. Because if it is an Andromeda 2, if Mass Effect 4 is Andromeda 2, let's just say, it's going to be a lot better this time around. I honestly do believe that, with Casey Hudson at the wheel, I think we don't have to worry as much, despite the stale taste in our mouth from Mass Effect Andromeda. And also with this remastered trilogy coming out, it's going to be, everything's going to be hard to swallow with Mass Effect and BioWare coming out in the next few years. But let's not give up hope. Like I said, I'm trying to play devil's advocate here. I'm trying to see the rationality of this. Because despite Mass Effect Andromeda being average, there was still work put into it, okay? Whether you believe that or not. There were still people that worked on it and stuff. And, I'd hate to see that all go away. I don't want to see work, even if it's subpar in comparison to other things that they've done, just thrown in the trash. And you can't do that. This is not how it works. I don't want to be a fucking Disney where you erase the entire 40 years of books, comics, video game canon lore, okay? No. And then we get the stupid Disney trilogy movies. Okay, no, we're not doing that. We're not erasing that. You can't. You just can't do it. You just can't. Okay, the second image. This is what gets me a little concerned and it might worry some of you guys. Is the picture of the supposed Remnant architecture. And Remnant architecture is all around Mass Effect Andromeda. It was a top key thing. We're trying to figure out where the Remnant people came from, what's the civilization doing, yada, yada, yada. You're trying to figure out the mystery, and it was never solved at the end of Mass Effect Andromeda, so then maybe this would be a good way to segue into that. Maybe the Remnant architecture can somehow, tie into the big relay being constructed and leading back to the Milky Way. Like I said, it'd be really cool to see all this come together. Kind of get the best of both worlds, I guess you could say. And, like I said, these are just pictures, right? So just take it with a grain of salt. Try not to freak out over this stuff. Who knows? This could all take place in the Milky Way galaxy for all we know. Maybe there is Remnant technology out there. Maybe the Reapers were working on something out there that was Remnant related. Who knows? Maybe the Remnants made the Reapers. We honestly don't know yet exactly who the true creators were. The Leviathan DLC didn't explain everything. Just remember that. Okay. The third image. Now this doesn't really explain too much because it's just showing you like, hey, this is us on a planet. There's a mud skipper and people walking around, and there's trees and a sun. There's really not much to go on with that, but it could be a prime location where we're going to explore. It could have some significance if we're seeing this image. BioWare's trying to hit at something. Maybe this technology that they're looking at is a big deal. Who knows? This could be a remnant technology in the Milky Way or something. I don't know. Or maybe it's Reaper tech. So that's talking about the three pictures there. Not too much to go off of because, like I said, it's still way too early to know where this game is headed. But if this reminds you of anything Andromeda related, like honestly, I don't want anything to do with Andromeda. But if it happens to be that, I'm not trying. Like I said, I'm not trying to bash on it. If it happens that Andromeda is once again involved, we get a sequel, then I hope they somehow tie it back to the Milky Way galaxy and they all come together. I don't expect Shepard to be in the game of Andromeda 2 if somehow the relay connects both galaxies. That's just a wild theory right there. But nonetheless, it would be pretty awesome because there are a few party members out there that would still be alive after 600 years. Good old Krogan or Asari out there or something, right? So in conclusion, these three pictures, I'm pretty sure there's more to come. Take it with a grain of salt. I like talking about this stuff, and if it worries you guys a little bit, that's okay. Maybe you should be worried a little bit. I'm sure a lot of you were very disappointed with Andromeda, but for those of you who did enjoy Andromeda, maybe this makes you a little excited. Maybe you can see it from my end. Maybe this is, second chances. Andromeda 2. Sometimes sequels do better than the first game, okay? And I don't think BioWare is in the same predicament as it was during the development of Anthem and Mass Effect Andromeda. I don't think they are. Despite all the turnover rate being crazy when those games are being developed. And the Mass Effect trilogy coming out momentarily as in like next April supposedly, or March, whatever you pick your poison, right? And we still have yet to see much more things on that. And as I mentioned before with Saint Wolven, this great person I did a collab with a week ago, talking about Mass Effect and all that. We need some good vibes coming from BioWare when it comes to the Mass Effect games releasing soon here to help lead us to the excitement of Mass Effect 4. And then Mass Effect 4 should really make us, feel like it was worth the wait. Anyway, folks, that's all I can really talk about. I don't want to dilly-daddle for too long. If you like what you saw, let me know what you thought below. And unfollow, unsubscribe to the Nico channel. Appreciate that. Let's hear what you guys have to say. I want to hear the wild theories you guys have. And if you guys have any other sources that you figured out that's factual about these images, that'd be great. I would appreciate that. And, it's always a pleasure to talk about this. We're going to ride this Mass Effect train so hard ever since the remastered trilogy. I mean, I've been doing Mass Effect videos for the past 3 years. But with this, with the Mass Effect remastered trilogy and Mass Effect being the most relevant it's ever been, yeah, we're going to ride that train all the way, guys. We're going to do this together. So with your help, we can get there. Let's get to 1,000 subs, right? Ha 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 ha. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to go. See you guys later, Pathfinders.